Hello and welcome to another video. So you're joining me in Cornwall today at St Michael's Mount, and I'm joined by Gary today. So we're going to be trying to capture, it's barely visible there, it's 7:28 at the moment, and sunrise is at 8, what was it, 8:20, 8:10? 8:15. I was close, I was either side. So sunrise 8:15, so we've got about 45 minutes to set up. The tide is in, so it's not going to be the greatest. We haven't got the causeway in the shot, but we'll get what we can. Hopefully we got some nice skies today, and there's not a lot of cloud. Some streaking up over the left-hand side here, so we're going to miss, the sunrise is going to be to the left of the mount, so we're not going to get anything spectacular with sun in the shot, but it should still make a nice shot anyway. So we're going to get down there and see what we can come up with composition-wise. And just leaves me to say thank you so much. Oh no, roll that epic B-roll. Beautiful epic B-roll there. So we're at -1 this morning. So St Michael's Mount, and we got a little rock off to the side. Not sure what it is. We've got some great waves crashing up the side of this, whatever that is. The only composition really we can come up with is on this slipway. There's not really a lot of choice. Over here you've got the rocks, but the further over you go to that left-hand side, the more this rock becomes prominent in the frame. So I don't want to get that in the shot. I don't mind balancing the image with it, but I don't want to get it in the shot in front of the mount, because I want a bit of separation there if I'm going to include it at all. So I've had to come far right. As you get further down here, you've got the rocks, so you can't really set up a tripod on these rocks here. So we are pretty much in the optimal spot for what we've got today. Now I think the slipway here goes all the way out of, well, it does go all the way out, but I think it will curve off to the rock where that the water's coming up quite high. We've got about half an hour left, so we're just going to set up a shot. So I'm going to set the tripod up, put my camera on, and then I will talk you through my composition. It's going to be pretty straightforward, but on my settings and what I'm going to do. And then after that, hopefully we've got a couple of hours in the parking in the car park, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a different composition down the right hand side there, but I'm not entirely sure because I don't know what it's like down there. The last time I came here, I parked all the way down there on the beach that's down that side, and I could get the shot from the side, but it wasn't the greatest shot, even though I did like it. Wasn't the greatest. So yeah, we'll have a play about once the light's up and we've exhausted our sunrise shot. So we'll put you on a tripod and I'll talk to you in a sec. So I'm set up. We're just on the blue hour now, yeah. And I'm just trying to get the composition just so I can include the rock and the slipway here and the right amount of sky in that shot. So long exposure at the moment. So I've got 30th of a second f8 at ISO 100. And yeah, I'm going to take that shot. Nice and blue. The image is looking very blue, as you can see. So I'm just going to take that 2-second timer, pop it up on the screen, first image. Hopefully in the bag it's going to look good at 7:40, so still half an hour left. Set up quite quick actually. It is really cold, but hopefully that sun will just warm us up a little bit and we'll be able to get a few more shots in. So yeah, awesome. Take my gloves off. The great thing about gloves, they keep your hands warm, but they don't have to restrict your movement. I'm just going to put my polarizer on and see whether I can cut through some of that water, the glare in the water. Not that there's much because there's no sunlight, but We'll see what it does to the image anyway. And I'm actually using my 24-105 lens today, which is unusual for me. I do normally like my 17-40, but I think this one just requires that little bit extra. So that last shot, by the way, focal length, thinking about that, wherever I can see it to. Can't see it. Aha. No, I can't see it, it's too dark, sorry. Polarizer, here we go. Let's get that one on. St. Michael's mount, polarized. There we go. Got the old spectacles so I can see what I'm actually photographing. Just starting to see some of that side light coming in. A little bit golden. You can start to see it still blue, quite blue in the sky, but just starting to creep in there. So this should hopefully be a good shot. Let's have a look. That's beautiful. So same settings with the polarizer on. And then I'm going to change composition and see if I can find something a little bit different. I'm going to try and come down a little bit lower maybe. 30 seconds, f8, ISO 100. What's that? Oh no. He's not coming up here, is he? It's not a ferry. Is it a ferry? It's coming straight towards us. Literally coming straight towards us. Right, we possibly have a passenger ferry coming across. I'm not entirely sure, but it does seem to be coming straight towards us. Yeah, that'll be interesting, blaring right through my image. Hopefully it doesn't push the water too far up the quills, up the slipway, and we end up getting soaked. So just a nice punch in. Yeah, it's coming straight towards us now. So just a nice punch in on that mount a second, but whilst the ferry's there, I can't really do anything at all. Try and get a few shots off doing long exposures whilst the boat is out of the shot. Well, out of my camera shot anyway, because it's literally, I don't know if you can spot it on the screen there. It's quite small, I think. Yeah, say hi to the people. So I'm going to get a few shots off long exposure whilst the boat's not in the scene. I'm going to just play about with the compositions, try and get the rock in the shot, and also to get some of this foreground element in, because I think that could be quite nice. I'm just waiting for that sun to hit, and we're on 7:53 now, so nearly there. So we're going to get a few more compositions whilst it's almost blue, almost red, orangey colours in the skies, and yeah, then we'll start moving on, I think. Right, so compositionally, bringing in the foreground here from the diagonal, and then we've got the two rocks in the background, obviously with the sky. Nothing interesting happening in the sky at the moment, but it will do, I'm sure of it. We're going to get some nice sunrise. So I've got a nice little bit of separation here, so I'm not too close, but I would like it a little bit further away, but I don't know. I need to be where that boat is, really. So the problem with long exposures at sunrise is the light changes so fast and your settings just completely change within seconds. So just a second ago I was shooting at a 30th of a second, and then probably within about a minute or so I'd half that down to 15 seconds, and then a couple of minutes later I'm at a fourth of a second. So I'm starting to introduce my grads. So I've got, at the moment I've got a 2ND grad on there, and I'm going to put a 10 stop in a second. I'm going to put a 10 stop filter on there, but the only problem with the 10 stop, it's gonna make everything nice and silky smooth, which is fine, but any movement in the clouds is going to blur as well, and I quite like the clouds the way they are. They've got some character to them, so I quite like that. So it's that balance of which one do you go for. So what I might do, get the shot in the foreground with the milky water, and then do an exposure for the clouds separately, maybe, and blend them in post. I don't know. I'm perched right on the edge here, so you'll have to excuse my limited movement. But we're about 5 minutes away from sunrise, I think. Yeah, 5-6 minutes away from sunrise. So it's not going to be, yeah, it's not going to be long. We're not getting any of that light at the moment, so give it a second. Hopefully it'll start to come through. Oh, I've got this Lee filter pouch as well. That's terrible. Cold hands trying to get the filters out of here. I'm tipping it up without losing all my filters, but they don't fit right in here, so they're tiny little squares. I should just keep them in the tins, but I think the tins are a bit awkward to get the stuff in and out. Yeah, 10 stop, that's perfect. I think I'm happy with this composition. I think it's a nice one. Not too, let's take that one out of there. Not too happy with the fact that we can't get the shot I was after. So the shot I wanted was of the causeway, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Right, the ferry has just gone across, and it'll wait over there for a little bit and then it'll come back. So we haven't got long, just come down the slipway a little bit, just to try and get a different composition. And what I'm going for, I might just do a stack. Sorry for throwing you about a bit there. So I might just do a stack here. So I've got this foreground in the seaweed, a little bit of the beach now is just as the tide's starting to recede. Some of the water in the midground, and then the mount in the background. And then I might just do maybe a 3 image stack on that, just to get it all in focus. No long exposure on this one, although I did bring my filters down, so I might try a long exposure, but I don't know how long I got with the ferry going back and forth. So I'm going to do this one first, then I'll pop that image up on the screen. My settings will be a 1/6 of a second at a 9.5 aperture. My f-stop's 9.5 and ISO 100 and a focal length of 50 mil. So that's, and then obviously it'll be stacked with 2, maybe 3 images, and I'll pop that up on the screen. I said if it came over this way a bit more, it'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Damn, the sun's rising just over here, but it's just not getting, look at that. I don't know why I'm pointing like you can't see it, but look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Still bitter cold though. Gary's over there braving the elements, look. Oh, right on the edge of the water. Oh, it's gonna get wet feet. It's gonna get wet feet. Well, I think that image, the stack, come out quite well. I haven't looked because I'm not here, but I'm optimistic. Do I try a long exposure quickly before the boat comes back over? Long exposure with this composition. Trouble is I can't stack them 3 long exposure, so I don't know. Might just leave it. See what happens with that sun now. Let me get off the floor. See you in a sec. This is it. I'm going to whip it out. Careful. Just looking at this scene. I've got the sun just here. the rock here, St Michael's Mountain here, but this is the widest 24mm it will go, so I need my 17 to 40 on, so I'm going to stick that on quickly and see if I can get that shot. Right, 17 to 40 on and circular polarizer. So my settings for this are 45th of a second, f9.5, ISO 100. I'm going to just blend two images together just to get the sun nicely exposed, which will be 350th of a second, 9.5 at ISO 100. So I'll take that shot, and then I'm going to get the mount nicely exposed. So probably go 1.5 there, 1.5 stops over. Take that image, and then I will blend them together in post, and I will stick that image up on the screen. Right, so what I've done is I've stuck my 17 to 40 lens on. I've got a 9ND hard grad and my circular polarizer, and this is the image I'm coming up with. I don't know if you can see it on the back of the screen. So I'm exposing at 45th of a second, f9.5 at ISO 100, and I'm just a little bit under, but I don't want to go too much because I don't want to lose the light in the sky. I may even just take a couple of safety shots, a couple of stops under there, and then bring it back up just in case, because that mount it's almost in complete darkness because the sun's on the opposite side to it. So I want to make sure I get that well exposed. And I think 2 stops over, or 1.5 maybe, 2 stops over, should bring that up. And then I'll be able to just paint that in, never mind the boat. But even though I'll make a nice shot, get that boat right there. There we go. Could make a nice image, we'll see. So I'll pop it up on the screen. Let me know what you think in the comments. So 9:30 now, parking ticket's about to run out, so we've got to go. Hopefully those images came out all right. You'll know before I do, so please do let me know in the comments what you thought of them. And yeah, it's been interesting. It's definitely a place to shoot. If you ever come to Cornwall, definitely come here. I mean, sunrise would be better in the summer because the sun, we're led to believe, is above the actual St Michael's Mountain, which, as you can see in the daytime, it's a lot different. So yeah, just leaves me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Right, so the sun is up. We didn't get much golden light, but I think I got some nice images, and I think, Gary, did you get good images?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah?
Right now to it later.
You're not on socials, are you? You're not on, you haven't got a follow me profile?
No.
No, okay, so you can't see Gary's images, so tough. But I'll put mine up. You've probably seen mine already. Hopefully you enjoyed them. And yeah, we're going to go over to Godrevy now, which is on the north side of Cornwall. So we will get the sunset in there, and then we'll head home. But for a minute, this is the end of this video, and the next one will be up next week, the Godrevy one. So it just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.